It began with Melissa.
And we chose the bee because the bee likes to pollinate. It chooses the best of the best. It chooses the things that are beautiful and worthy and give nurturing, either the smells or the essence or the tastes or the healing that we need. And the bee takes that and it mixes it and it flies all around the world and it pollinates the world and it makes sure that things, even if they feel like they're dying, still have a chance to move on. And so, bee is to help pollinate the world. Be the bee. Go around and give the buzz to people, but the buzz of happiness and the buzz of kindness. Give them a buzz with kindness.
I never really gave much thought to naming, other than when it came to naming my children. But even then, my daughter's name came from a children's Pottery Barn catalog. I didn't even give much thought to the name Pottery Barn. I just liked the style of soft, warm, weather-washed naturals. It wasn't until I started my formal writing education I considered the rich layers embedded beneath the meaning of a name.
So this is a poem by the current Poet Laureate of the United States, the 24th Poet Laureate, Ada Limon. And this poem is called A Name. When Eve walked among the animals and named them nightingale, red-shouldered hawk, fiddler crab, fallow deer, I wonder if she ever wanted them to speak back, looked into their wide, wonderful eyes and whispered, name me, name me. The categories of names, those kind of names that we use and give a character, they they influence the way readers are confronted with and react to a character. But also, I love this poem, and I love that second half of the poem and that idea of what would the animals name us? We've given them names that we call them in our various languages that we speak. But if the animals, have their own language too, and what would they call us if they could look us in the eyes and really see us? When giving fictional names to characters or names to fictional characters, or assigning a pseudonym to a real human whose name you might be changing to protect the innocent or to protect the guilty, there are often clues to the character's roles or background in that given name. Think about the Margaret Atwood character from The Handmaid's Tale, June Osborne, AKA of Fred and of Joseph, and how those names stand for something. Her real name, June Osborne, June is a month when things bloom in the Northern Hemisphere. There's that born in her name, and we know that handmaids are meant to be, having babies, birthing, machines for those who can't and their masters. And of course, in the, country or whatever, Republic of Gilead, the handmaids are given the name of Fred or of Joseph, but of their owner, their master, and they become a property even through the way that their names are changed.
I also hadn't considered what genre I was writing. I didn't fit neatly into the binary categories fiction or nonfiction. I needed a new name, so I created one.
That's me. Okay, I'm Kim Garland. I live in Sammamish, Washington, and I write Chiption, which is basically anything that Chip asked me to write is what I write. So it's its own genre.
Names assist with formation. It provides organization, especially when further details are applied. Sometimes names already exist. They just need to be discovered. And I discovered my subgenre out of the blue because I recognized my style when I saw it.
The Poetry Foundation says, initially a prayer or supplication used in formal and religious processions, the litany has been more recently adopted as a poetic form that catalogs a series. This form typically includes repetitious phrases or movements, sometimes mimicking call and response.
Litany, the call and response. The name I gave to my writing, Litany, allowed me to recognize a kindred, like a last name associating family members. For what is a bee if not in a litany relationship, as are all pollinators? The male part of a flower, referred to as the anther, is transferred by a pollinator to the female part of another flower called a stigma. The bee is a medium, the conduit between the call and response. They act as a bridge to life, unifying that which has been separated. Melissa acts as a bee, a medium, giving voice to the non-speaking autistic kids.
All right. So Noah, what would you like to talk about with the people? That we're needing more people to step up? Noah's saying, I really like this channel and I really like the people that will be here or are going, that are here or will be here in the future. We have a very close network of people, and I have put out a lot of information, and I know a lot of you have received a lot of information. And I'm very excited for this platform, and I want to talk about our name of Let's Be Now.
I heard the call because I am attuned to litany and therefore responded. This playlist is a collaboration with perceiving calls and responses, or questions and answers, or inquiries and methods. Each video will be identified with one or the other, an inquiry or a method. My mode of transportation is inspiration, a spark, the beginning, the origin story. Thus, each video starts by, it began with.